Hi everyone, Chaz916 here, 2024. Welcome to my latest village update, 1624. We are again in part 2 of the village. Today's update includes a lab, more texturing, some preview builds, one kind of sample build, and probably a fly around, and a lot of miscellaneous stuff. So, hopefully, what I'm trying to do in this video is to give you a mix. I did not want to do just a base texturing kind of boring video, so I tried to include some other things that I think you will find interesting. You're going to have some new builds, some sample builds, some apply around, some labs, a little bit of everything. So try not to miss anything because it's all good stuff. Okay, so let's start with just some modifications and changes. Now, you probably noticed that I took out the front porch type thing here. I did that because I don't like the little divots around blocks. To me, it's distracting and it distracts from, well, it takes away from my immersion. Okay, I'll show you what I mean, like over here. That just, nobody would do that. That's like a trip hazard. Anyway, that's just a pet peeve of mine, you know. For the most part I can ignore it, but sometimes it bugs me. Anyway, enough of the pet peeve. You probably also noticed that I changed the courtyard, and I removed the front walk section here, and we've changed it up a bit, as you can see. I think it looks pretty good that way. Now, this area, several things could go in here, and I am debating on them. I could set it up for one of the celebrations. I could set it up for the annual puppet show, or any number of events that are popular here. I haven't as yet figured out which one I'm going to put it in. I'm just laying the base. So this is probably going to change quite a bit, but it is the town square. It sees a lot of traffic. So, anyway, that's the base for it. Okay, as you know, this is a texturing video, and I am texturing tops and bottoms. I have done the entire market square. So, well, it's not a market square, it's actually a crossroads. The market square is on the other side. Okay, here, let me take you through it. Okay, up here, we have the market square. Okay? And you guys have seen this before, you saw the texturing and stuff. Now, the market crossroads is this section here. All of the major markets are on this crossroads. From there, down to there, and down there. So this is the market crossroads, market square. And together, that is the market district. Now, there are other businesses on other roads, but this is the main market area. Okay, now that I filled you in on that, let's get back to the texturing. I know that this, for a lot of you, this is going to be a boring part. Anyway, because a lot of the textures are very similar, and without the decorative woodwork, it's not quite as impressive. Anyway, I think you'll like it a lot once the decorative woodworking is done. It gives a lot more distinctiveness to the buildings, other than, their shapes. Okay, so, in case you've forgotten, most of these textures are going to be white on the top, and with a brick texturing on the bottom. So, you can see here where I've done them. So again, we have two basic types of doors, this is being one of them. And one of the workshops was in ways that we can fancy this up. I'll show you that here in a minute. but just so you can see them, what they look like. Oops, there we go. See? That's kind of the way it goes. And this is just the basic texture. This is kind of one of the less, drastic things. People see it, they don't pay as much attention to it, but it does take a lot of work. You have to upgrade the build. I upgraded all the buildings before I did it, which means, reinforcing around the windows and making sure everything is upgraded so that you can't accidentally delete something, when you're walking through them. In other words, everything's updated to wood. Okay. Now, so that tells you what that is. Okay, let's take a look at the first lab. And that's up here. It's the lanterns lab. And what I did was I played around with the basic lanterns. And I found two that fit medieval, which is the ones here. And these are old foiled lanterns. They look pretty good for a medieval type fantasy setting, so I will be using those. And as you can see, and we tried them up over the doors, which is a good place for some of them. And not sure how I like that yet. But if you put the lantern above the door, you can't put anything else, decorative wise above the door. Which brings us to the second lab, which is down here, right? Yeah. Okay, so there's all kinds of decorative trim that you can put around the doors, and I've experimented with some of it to show you one. And then just putting signs above the doors. Of course, the drawback again to this one is you can't put any other decorative touches there. Okay, and then down here we did a few more. I did it like a round one, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how that would work. There are others that you can put up that are that may be a little bit relative to the type of establishment. You will be seeing those in future builds. And then there's this one, which is kind of the most basic, I think. It's basically a window one, and then this one, which is a bit more fancy. So that gives you an idea, and it's a small lab, but that's why there's two labs, as opposed to just one. I wanted you guys to get to see them. So you got the door trim and the lanterns. So just to give you a review again. Okay. Alright. So let's see what is next on my agenda. Okay, well, I think I've walked this street so you guys have seen the basic textures and textures here. Here you can see where I'm beginning, where I began some of the woodworking. A lot of decorative woodwork to do. And also here you can see where I'm starting to do some of it. I removed the blocks that I have here, had down here as structural placeholders, and I've started doing some of the work. I will be doing the same thing. I'll be removing this section of blocks here and up there and doing much more decorative woodworking. So it's going to look more like this. And so you'll see as we go along. Okay, so what else did I say? Oh yeah, we have some new build type stuff. So let's go and check it out. We'll go down here. And over here. And I'm going to show you guys the new build stuff. Or actually it's a sample kind of build. Just to give you an idea of what some of the houses that are in, I won't say impoverished areas, but are not as well done or I don't know. Anyway, it's out here. These are not actual builds. These are placeholders. These are ones I built just to give me an idea of the shape that I'm going to build there. Because these are a little bit more tricky than some of the other builds. I built them like this, and then I turned them into something like this. As you can see, these are not the best houses in the village, but there are quite a few of these in the outlying areas. This gives you an idea of what they look like. And you'll see more of these as I get them built. But it is kind of a two-stage thing. I need to lay out the design work for them first, and then transform them. So, and, oh well, we're going to get some rain. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break while we wait for the rain to pass. And we will be back with you shortly. Alright guys, it looks like the rain is stopping. It's still sprinkling a little bit, but the sun is back out. Hopefully it's going to completely stop here. Okay, so I think I finished in this area. There is one more thing I want to do before we close out this video, or to close out this video, and that's a fly around, because we've done some interesting stuff, and I'd like you to see it. Okay, so hang on just a second. TM, CM. Okay, and now let's see, did that? Yes. Okay. And we are going to do this. And we are going to start by taking a little fly around right here, so you can see what this area is looking like. Okay. So, and of course, this is not with the new rooftops, you know, from the texturing. But that's going to kind of give you an idea. Okay, let's take it up a little bit more. See, that kind of gives you an idea of what the map is going to look like over here. I think that's kind of a nice look. Okay, so let's get to the real fly. Take a look at this. Isn't that kind of cool? It's really coming along. And I'm going to do one from up high, so you can kind of see what it would look like as a map again. I really like those because that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. And I have to keep checking it against my D&D world to make sure that it's still accurate. You know, it is a mess. Anyway, look at that. And it's going to be a nice map. And I'll be able to do it from different angles. Maybe I even thought about coloring the different districts with different, you know, going over it and putting different colors on the different district roofs. And then, you know, so that you have a chance to see all the different districts from up here and have them in color. Anyway, I have ideas and we will do those, but first I gotta get it built. But that's how it's going so far. And of course, we still have more builds to do. I haven't talked to you guys about, well, if you see where my little marker is right now, the little X. Okay, I haven't talked to you guys about what's going to be in there yet. There is still a few builds out here to do. On this side of the road, there's going to be some more houses. These will be more medium houses, and then there'll be another track of, well, less houses out here. And there's also some surprises out there. Anyway, we will get to all of those in time. We have a lot of new stuff coming out this year. I hope you guys will join me. Okay, just one more time, just to give you guys an idea. I'm going to go up a little bit further, just so you can see the whole thing as it is. I may even put a few farms in. I'm not going to do everything here. It's just too much. But I'm going to be doing about 97% of the village, as it is in my D&D world. So this is really, really close. And again, this is just a normal sized village. Okay, I've talked enough. Gotta stop here. And I think we'll go over to the new build, and we'll settle down over there. I really like how things are going, how they're turning out. I think it's going to be a very, very fun set of builds. And I am looking forward to trying to turn all of this mess into POIs. Okay, so, let's see. There we go. There we go. Alright, where are you, Rosie? Hold still, Rosie. Where are you? There you are. Okay, Rosie. Okay, so, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us. Rosie, of course, wants to thank you guys for joining us, and she would if she had a voice. But you can tell from the little way she jiggles every time I talk to her. She's actually, she knows. Okay, so, you guys take care. We shall see you on the next build. You guys are the best. Please take care. And bye for now.